a unique stadium, Warren. We're in the brick confines of this stadium. Remind you a little bit of the old Cole Township Arch Street Stadium.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of it, actually. It's a pretty neat stadium, kind of an older stadium. I know you were deferring from actually saying the name of this stadium, but it is the Gajewski, either it's the Gajewski Memorial Stadium or it's the Gajewski Memorial Scoreboard. It's one or the other. But otherwise, this Gajewski guy had something to do with this place.
Hanover won the toss of the coin, and they deferred to the second half, so they'll kick off to start this ball game. Mount Carmel area will receive, and we're on a nice sunny afternoon. Started out as a miserable day this morning, but field looks in good playing condition. Nice crown on the field, so probably won't see much slipping and sliding around today.
Yeah, the field will be a little bit wet, but I don't think it's going to be a concern either way for either team. Of course, the Hawkeyes, a proud tradition, Class A champions back in the 1990s, state champion, have a good program, but a down year, 0-5 as they kick off.
Janishak's kick taken by Veach on about the 15-yard line, brings it up the middle and tackled on about the 35-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
One of the things you want to think about as you look at an 0-5 team is who are they 0-5 to. And if you look at the teams they've played in the last 5 games, their aggregate win-loss record is 20-5, and they've played. You're looking at West Scranton, Dallas, Myers, Lake Lehman, and Wyoming area, some excellent football teams which they lost to. So they're not a program that being 0-5 you think is a down program, and they're a very dangerous football team here today.
Up the middle to Costello, gain of about 5 yards. Nice run by Big Joe Costello. Rick Gavlik, the tackle from defensive end.
We come into the football game, of course, after a big win with Montoursville at home on TV. The other TV, not the real TV.
Right,
the other TV.
Right.
The other TV. But a big confidence builder. Had an excellent football game on Saturday. I think Coach Williams was pleased with how everybody responded from that Shamokin area loss.
Second down and 5. Veach on the outside. Carries it close to a first down, probably short by about a yard. Knocked out of bounds over there by number 88, Jim Fitzmaurice.
And we could say that throughout this entire broadcast, you'll be serenaded by the Hawkeye Marching Band, who are a mere 2 rows away from where we're seated today.
We were treated so well by Hanover area. We're seated in the bleachers, everybody, and not the most advantageous place to try to broadcast a game from, but we'll do our best. Third down and 1. Quarterback sneak, Vic Kornatsky with the ball. Big surge by the Mount Carmel area line. Good for a Red Tornado first down.
Kornatsky on the keeper.
You know, one of the things as a coach you think about always is that obviously you're coming up to a team that's having a down year, but you're traveling far, which always affects the team a little bit. And the other thing that for Mount Carmel area, at least on the other side of that coin, is you're looking ahead a little bit, obviously to the big North Schuylkill game, which is following next Friday night. So he has Coach Williams has 2 worries, I think, today.
Pitch back to Malakowski out around the right side. Good stiff arm by Dan Malakowski. Makes a cutback, but he looks like he stepped out of bounds on about the 36-yard line of the Hawkeyes. But a nice run and a little bit moving the ball around today, guys.
I think you'll probably see that a lot today. I think everybody's going to touch the ball a lot today. And I think Coach Williams would really rather us get a lead here early and maybe get some people out of the game, with the big game looming next week. But again, this is not a team you can fool around with. This team can come up and bite you, and you can walk out here with a loss very easily.
Kornatsky to Veach, up the middle, finds some running room, gain of about 6 or 7 yards down to the 29-yard line. Nice run, good interior blocking by the Red Tornado that time with Feddock at center, Rowland and Bill Anderson at guard, and Boyer and Brian Lepotsky at the tackle. Big line for the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're a little bit bigger than they are across the line, and I think, again, the speed here is probably going to be a pretty big difference. We seem to be somewhat quicker than they are in a lot of the skill positions today.
Veach off the left side. Nice block by Anderson on the pulling guard and close to a first down. And now we can hear again.
You're definitely going to have some audio problems when I leave here
definitely.
Today.
And, of course, I'm trying to yell over the band, so I'm sure that makes it very interesting. Third down and 2 for the Red Tornadoes, the ball on the 29-yard line. Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Puts Hepler in the backfield with Costello and Veach at the tailback. This one's a Veach behind Corey Hepler and Costello. Good for the first down to the 25-yard line. Nice power football there, Warren.
Well, I think you saw probably last week if you saw that Montoursville game. Big Red really came together offensively, and I think so for the first time in the year, although there were some big scores with Tamaqua and Panther Valley. I think offensively against a good football team, and Montoursville is certainly a good football team, they look their best all year. Of course, you have Veach gaining 210 yards on the ground, so obviously you're grinding some yardage out all of a sudden.
Dave Evans on the inside handoff, finds some running room down about a 9-yard gain. Looks like to about the 16-yard line.
Tackled by Kopczynski.
Kaczynski in on the tackle, but boy, nice run by Evans, and one guy to beat. That was the only man that was going to get him before that was a touchdown.
Right. A nice looking opening drive for Big Red. Obviously, Coach Williams has got to be happy about that. If they can score, take a little bit of pressure off being in a foreign stadium. We've never played in this stadium before.
Costello up the middle, touchdown, Red Tornadoes. About a 16-yard run for the Big Red, and nobody touched him all the way up.
Now that was a perfect call. You set them up with the end arounds. You got Veach running outside, Malikuski outside, Evans outside.
This is going to be a fake, guys. Watch this, because there's nobody for Hanover over there. The ball will be pitched over to...
They're trickling over there.
Well,
now.
watch. There's not enough yet. Oh, they're going to move. They started with only 2 guys, and usually right there, Chicatano and Evans will call a fake. Snaps back. Hepler with the kick. It's up, and it's good. With 8:53 remaining in the first quarter, the score, Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 7, the Hawkeyes of Hanover area 0.
Of course, for those regulars who are watching us, all 2 or 3 of you, including my parents and your parents, other than that, obviously you know.
Tony Chicatano's mom.
This is Tony Chicatano's mom. You're right.
In fact, she really wants to know, Mrs. Chicatano wants to know when Matucci's is adding on the room, because you started talking about that, and she wanted to know if Tony got the job.
Well, I saw the surveyor march down there on Thursday at Supper Club, so I'm assuming it'll be soon. But those of you who watch us regularly will notice that you're missing, of course, Wayne Brokenshire, and that he has that important court appearance today, and we wish him the best of luck. If it doesn't turn out, we'll see him in 20 years. And hopefully he'll be back next week with a good enough lawyer.
Number 42, Mike Sinkovich kicking off, the freshman kicking off for the Red Tornadoes. Deep for the Hawkeyes, number 49, Mike Kubitschek. But it's taken by 22, the short man, Brian Demchak. Finds some running room up the middle, down at the bottom of the pile on the tackle. Number 81, Mike Zavarik makes the tackle for the Red Tornadoes. First down and 10 Hawkeyes from about the 45-yard line.
Kaczynski's going to be the quarterback. I see him, 19, Bob.
19 is the freshman, 6 foot, 175-pound freshman quarterback for the Hawkeyes.
Well, he's a nice size for a quarterback, isn't he? He's the prototype size if you're going to look for a quarterback.
To the tailback. Tackle made in there. Anderson on the bottom of the pile, getting up for the Red Tornadoes.
Now we talked at Supper Club on Thursday night, and Coach Williams was fairly convinced that we would see the Hawkeyes come out and pass the ball maybe more than they had all year. They've had some line problems due to injuries. 2 of their people are back, but they're still missing 2 starters. So he didn't think they were going to run quite as much as maybe they were used to running.
This is going to be a bootleg all the way by the young quarterback. Initial hit made by Eric Higgins on the bottom of the pile. Kaczynski on the keeper, gains about 4 or 5 yards. 3rd down and about 4 yards to go.
3rd down and 3. Mount Carmel 48.
7:36 remaining in the first quarter. The one nice thing about Hanover area here for this stadium, we have a backrest to sit at.
Well, we don't get to sit very often. This is great. It's a nice, relaxing afternoon. If I fall asleep, just wake me.
Up the middle to the fullback. Big hit by Joe Costello. And you're not going to run that one too often. Ryan Dalton tries one up the middle, but Hanover area faced with a 4th down at about 4.
The cast man stood you up that time. As simple as that. You don't take him head on and gain many yards. And he stopped Dalton dead in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
So put the Hawkeyes in punt formation. Back to punt for the Hawkeyes. Number 14, Bob Winchik. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 27, Dave Evans, and number 22, Brett Veach. Snaps back. End over end kick in the direction of Evans, takes it on about the 14-yard line, finds a little running room back up to about the 19. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 19-yard line.
That time, you didn't gain many yards, okay? But that time, you got to give credit to Cheddar. He had a great block down there. Now, there were too many guys for him to block altogether. But the one guy, usually that is the guy, if you break it from him, you get some yardage. He did a great job of getting down there and blocking that time.
Karnaski sets the Red Tornadoes in the I formation with Costello and Veach in the backfield. Pitch back to Veach around the left side. No running room there, and it's tackled on about the 19-yard line for no gain.
Veach on the carry. Kennard and Kopchinski in on the tackle.
Now, one of the things I think you'll see right away, and I'm guessing, but with Big Red up 7-0, and it's such a big game looming ahead of them, I don't think you're going to see a lot of fancy stuff and a lot of new plays, obviously. I think this is going to be more of a grind-it-out kind of win if you can possibly get away with it and hope nobody gets hurt.
And I'm sure they know that North Schuylkill scouts are probably here watching this game.
Well, in fact, we saw head coach, I guess, Geist and assistant coach Moyer in the stands, and they're videotaping the game and scouting it. So, and the same we did with them when they played Tamaulipas the night before. So there won't be any surprises. I mean, that's the way this thing works. Everybody knows what everybody's doing.
Third down and 6 for the Red Tornadoes in their own territory on the 24-yard line. 5:18 left in the first quarter. Big Red up 7-0. Twin set right for the Red Tornadoes. Evans, and this one's coming to Jamin. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 41-yard line. Great pass from Karnaski. Good blocking by the Red Tornado line to give Karnaski that time.
Yeah, great protection that time. No pressure whatsoever. Karnaski went back, didn't have to move around or anything, was able to find his receiver. And, of course, Jamin's proven his worth over these past 6 games now. You get the ball close to him, he's going to catch it. And he's also an excellent runner after he catches the ball. He's always making that move to try to spin free.
Veach off the right side, about to the 47-yard line. Initial hit made by number 9, Eric Richardson. Second down and about 4 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes.
Gain of 6 on the play.
But when your safeties are coming up and making the tackle, you're not in good shape, Warren.
Yeah, if your safeties are leading the game in tackles, you're in serious trouble. It's as simple as that.
Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes with Hepler, Costello, and Veach at the tail. This one's to Veach behind the 2 big guys. And gain of only about 1 yard to the 49-yard line. Third down and about 2 to go.
It's always interesting to see Big Red play in the afternoon. We're not used to afternoon games. You play afternoon games when you get into the playoffs, but not so much during the regular season. As the schedule changes next year, there'll only be one team left on our schedule that actually plays afternoon games, and that would be Marion Catholic. So we're not going to have to get used to too many afternoon games the way it looks.
And they move later down into the season.
Yeah.
This one's to Veach. Oh, great play from the Hawkeyes, number 87 in on the tackle, which is Mike Richards. He's playing right defensive tackle and did a great job that time.
Tough play by Richards that time. Got to give him credit. He crossed the line. He had his shoulders squared, and he stopped him dead. And that brings up a punting situation for Big Red.
Costello in punt formation for the Red Tornadoes. Brian Hatton and Paul Cunnard back for the Hawkeyes. Great kick by Costello, and if it bites up, it doesn't. It rolls into the end zone by about 1 yard. First down, Hawkeyes from the 20-yard line. Nice kick by Costello.
That was a beauty. I'll tell you, Evans was almost down there fast enough to keep it from going in the end zone and being a touchback.
Into the end zone, 1st and 10, Hawkeyes from their own 20.
Of course, we talked about the schedule a little bit today, and it was announced at Supper Club. We were the first to hear it, apparently, other than people who make it up. And next year's schedule will have new additions to it. The last game of the season, replacing the Towanda game, will be Selingsgrove, a Class 3A school, one that's a local school. Everybody knows it. And, of course, Nanticoke is also being added to the Big Red schedule next year, along with, of course, Southern Area Tigers.
Oh, big hit by Chicatano and Anderson. Kubicki with the ball, but Anderson and Chicatano met him head on.
That was a tough hit there. That's low, high. You just hope everything gets up with you when you stand up.
Second down and 9 from the 21.
And that was Mr. Anderson just saying what a fun time he had here in the sunlight today, and just wanted to say hello.
Second down and 9 for the Hawkeyes. 2:36 left in the first quarter. Ball's on the 21-yard line. Kashansky back to pass. Hepler was in on the rush, finds a receiver breaking, and over the reaches of number 16, Brian Hatton.
Nice pass play. It really was. It was a funny way to develop, but he has a pretty good arm. And had their receiver not been pinned between the sideline there for a little bit, he may have made the catch. But the ball was out there, and he made a pretty good throw.
Number 54, Jeff Evans, into the ball game at nose tackle for the Red Tornadoes. Setting up the front line, puts Hepler at left tackle, number 31, 77, Bill Anderson at right tackle, Evans at the nose, and 83, Higgins, and 30, Jamin at the ends. Third down and 9, big third down play for the Hawkeyes. Going to go to Kubicki, tries off the right side, but met by the left side of the Red Tornado defense. Anderson was over there also, Joe Costello,
Anderson in on the snap.
Jeff Evans, bunch of Tornadoes in on that tackle. Fourth down situation for the Hawkeyes. This time we put Malachowski and Evans back for the, or is that Veach?
I might have seen
Edge
Veach.
Veach, okay.
Veach, yeah, Veach is back.
Malachowski and Veach back on this punt. Winchick's punt hits on about the 42-yard line and will be downed at about the 44-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 44. 1:36 left in the first period.
Down on the 44-yard line will be first and 10 Mount Carmel.
A little audio problem again. I think somebody tripped over the cord that time.
Fake to Veach, back to pass, looks over the middle at Jamin. Broken up by number 19, Matt Kashansky.
Well, Sean wanted an interference call, and it was certainly a close call. But when you have to go up that high, it's always a difficult call. And I can see where the umpire, I believe,
I think he let that one go. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Second down and 10.
We get back into that schedule for next year, and of course, Sooners Grove and Nanaco, two quality AAA schools, which is a good idea. But probably the most important addition so far looks like that Southern area team.
Well, for a fan of pleasing game, that's it.
Yeah,
this one's the Veach off the left side, finds some running room, and down to about the 48-yard line of the Hawkeyes. Definitely fan appeal has wanted that game for about the last 5 years, and it's finally going to take place. And hopefully both teams can keep each other on the schedule for years to come.
Well, Southern area, of course, one of the deciding factors with them coming onto the schedule is they're now, as of next year, next football season, they'll be a AA school as we are. They're moving up from the A. And also Marion Catholic is opting to go AA.
Is that confirmed for sure?
Yes, they're going to be a AA football school next year.
Pick back the Veach. Good blocking out here. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 44-yard line. In on the tackle for the Hawkeyes, number 45, Jim Fox.
That time, Corey Hepler had a great block to spring him around the corner and pick the first down up.
First and 10 Mount Carmel from the Hawkeye 45.
Jamin split far left for the Red Tornadoes. Hepler at the tight end on the short side of the field. This one's going to Costello. Bounces off, finds some running room to about the 39-yard line.
Nice run that time by Costello.
Well, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage, then broke it out to the right and gained an extra 4 or 5 yards.
Castman had a little trouble getting his feet going the right direction, but once he got going, he's a tough runner, absolutely a tough runner.
Second down and 5 for the Red Tornadoes.
You know, Coach Williams had a great point on Thursday night. We're an I-back offense, and obviously you don't be a successful I-back offense without a great fullback. And you know, he was sure that he did have a great fullback in Costello. You know, he's what makes that I-back really a successful offense.
We're going to have a dead ball foul. Offsides called against the Hawkeyes.
Offside
Close to a
against
first down, and probably will be a first down for the Red Tornadoes. It is. First down and 10, the ball on the 34-yard line.
First and 10, Mount Carmel.
Interesting that Marion will move down to about the 7th game of the schedule, Warren, where Southern Columbia area will be the third game. Third game,
yeah.
Tamaqua, Panther Valley, and then Southern Columbia. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. The Big Red up 7-0. Karnaski rolls to his left, looks at Jamin, and catches the ball. Good catch made for about a 3-yard gain.
That was a good stick by 80 Coonrad. That was a good defensive stop, but Jamin had a great play to hold on to the football.
That's the end of the first quarter. The score, Mount Carmel area 7, Hanover area Hawkeyes 0.
Gives me a moment to remind you, you are watching WKMC TV. WKMC TV broadcast its signal over microwave signal WLX267.
You got it.
I got a little LX
That's
there.
okay.
We are an instructional fixed broadcasting service, and you are watching us directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School, and you're catching us on channel 13 on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m., and we are courtesy on that channel of the Service Electric broadcast system. I changed that one around.
You have that down.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit.
That's
but
a little bit. I need a little bit of.
that was your afternoon version of it.
I need a little bit of difference, or it gets boring after a while. And besides, sometimes I forget. Like this time. I need the lights to be my best. I perform best under the lights.
Yeah, I think high school football overall is geared to being a Friday night under the lights.
At least we are anyway. Mount Carmel area, this is a Friday night kind of group,
Right.
We're not big on these Saturday afternoon affairs.
Second down and about 9 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. And every time the Tornadoes have the ball, the band strikes up. Karnaski rolls to his right, looks in the corner of the end zone. Evans, touchdown or very close.
Well, and this is a very interesting call. There's no referee down there. I don't know where he went or what he was doing, but he was not down where he should have been.
Well, they're going to put him on the 1-yard line, and boy, what a nice throw by Vic that time. Good composure by Dave Evans to stay right on that pylon, and it looked like probably he hit it.
I thought he was in. It's funny, but the referee was truly out of position to make the call that time.
First down and goal to go for the Red Tornadoes.
There are 5 of them. That's all there ever is, right? Or are they missing one today?
I don't think. Quarterback sneak by Vic Karnaski. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Touchdown, Mount Carmel.
Well, it doesn't make much difference either way, I guess, but it's funny not to see a referee down there. Now, the other guy was trying to travel the entire length of the goal line there to try to make the call, and there's no way he saw it.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you have a 6'1", 210-pound quarterback, it doesn't hurt to let him just blast from that 1-yard line.
Just kind of fall over and be done with it,
Red Tornadoes in their shift formation for the extra point. Hepler in to attempt it. Snaps down, kicks up. And it's good.
Extra point by Hepler.
With 11:50 remaining in the first half, the score, Mount Carmel area 14, Hanover Hawkeyes 0. And the amazing thing that people have talked about for the Red Tornadoes is that everybody at a key position is back next year.
Yeah.
Mike Sinkovich, good kick by the young freshman for the Red Tornadoes to about the 15-yard line. Quebecki, big hit by number 47 from the Red Tornadoes. Guess who? Steve Sinkovich. That Mike kicked off, Steve on the tackle.
That's a nice brother tandem, a twin tandem there.
First down and 10 Hawkeyes, the ball on the 31-yard line.
You have a rare 4 years ahead of you here, 1 and 3 to follow with actually twins playing on the same team. You don't see that very often.
That's correct.
And you're going to see it for 4 years here at Mount Carmel area. In fact, I'm embarrassed. We had one of them, I believe it was Steve.
This week.
Supper Club, right? Steve.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know them well enough to tell them apart yet.
Kosenski back to pass. Oh, looks over the middle, hits number 16 on the reception, Brian Hatton. First down for the Hawkeyes on about the 40-yard line.
That was a good throw, but I think Malachowski's falling down probably had a lot to do with that too.
Although they had 2 receivers there, and Dan really had to watch the long guy. So that guy was coming from somewhere else. Number 16, Brian Hatton. He was coming along there from somewhere else. Nice pass play, though.
Yeah,
Great,
that was
good throw by Kosensky, the young freshman quarterback.
He has a heck of an arm. He really does.
This time they hand off up the middle to Dalton. Big hit by Costello.
Oh, my goodness. Castman. Oh.
I'll tell you what, when he puts his shoulder into you like that, you're dropping.
Oh. You know, there's a guy that he lost about a half a yard, and it had to be one of the most painful half a yards in his life.
Second down for the Hawkeyes. 10:33 left in the first half. The Big Red up 14-0. Kosensky, the young quarterback for the Hawkeyes. This time he's rolling to his left, going to throw. Looks out in the flat. Nice play made by number 8 for the Red Tornadoes, which is Nick Goretzky.
Goretzky made a nice play. That was anybody's ball. That was not his best throw, obviously, today. He had that one wobbling all over the place.
And the thing Goretzky was going there for, you know, people were here saying about interference, but he was going for the ball all the way.
Yeah. And that's not a pass he wants to ever do again, probably today. I think it left his hand funny. He didn't have his feet planted, and it was a mess from the start.
Third down and about 9 yards to go for the Hawkeyes. 10-11 left in the first half. From the shotgun formation. First time we've seen it today. Big blitz on from Costello. It's a screen pass, and Hepler read that one perfect. But then a bunch of Tornadoes help out. Initially on the tackle was Hepler. Also in there, Dave Evans, Jeff Evans, number 30, Sean Jamin. So they were ready for the
We knew that was
pass.
coming. Obviously, now you send Costello on a blitz. He goes in clean because they're only going to hit their blocker for a little while anyway. He comes in clean, but what he does is he forces the quarterback to make a 20-yard screen pass instead of a 5-yard screen pass like he was supposed to be doing.
Number 14, Bob Winchick, back to punt for the Hawkeyes. Wobbly snap comes back. Winchick still gets it away. End over end, high kick. Bounces toward the goal line and will be down on about the 15-yard line.
Winchick's punt. Down on the
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes with 9:27 left in the first half.
Now Hanover, this series is what we thought we would see. We thought we'd see them pass the ball more. They're not having any success in the ground. We didn't expect them to. And quite frankly, that's more of a tribute to defense than it is anything. Obviously, in all the games we've played so far, including the loss, defense was outstanding and extraordinary, and it still is. So I don't know if you can actually say they're just a poor running team. They're just up against a very good defense.
Good defense, right. Kranaski, back to pass. Looks on the fly pattern to Jamin. Over his head on about the 45-yard line.
All right, Jamin was double covered that time. They had the pass play covered very well. He had nowhere to go.
I think the coaches were going to look at that too. They also had Davey Evans breaking out the left side. So I think that was one of those ones, if he's covered, overthrow him. And we'll see what's happening on the left side of the field. And as we looked, Evans was stuck with a lone cornerback, so we might see that one come back to Evans.
Sometimes that's exactly what you end up doing, is you're just trying to test everybody out, test the coverage out, and see what they do in a certain situation.
Second down and 10 for the Tornadoes. Inside handoff to Veach, finds a little running room to about the 19-yard line. Third down and about 6 to go. And a player hurt on the field for the Hawkeyes.
Vicky and Kochenski on the stop.
You know, going back to the Hawkeyes in that 1990 season, and our sports information director, Mr. Gergen, had done a little bit of research on it. They actually played in the Eastern Conference. They defeated Marion 12-6. Marion went on that year to win the A state champs. So in the Eastern Conference, the two state championship teams played each other. And going back to those years where the Eastern Conference was the premier conference of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, in the beginning, you had to go through the Eastern Conference to get into the state.
That's right.
Whereas now, the Eastern Conference is separate from the state. It has really nothing to do with it. If you're in the Eastern Conference, you know you're not in the district playoffs or the state playoffs.
Right. And how have they so nicknamed it the NIT?
The NIT, yes.
That year they went on to defeat, after they beat Marion, they went on to defeat Central Catholic, DeLone, And then Pittsburgh-Knieven, they beat in overtime 20-19 for the state championship. So Hanover's had its good years, too. That was in 1990. And they'll be back.
Were, in fact, 91, they came back and were, I believe, runners-up in that year. So they had 2 good years, in that respect. But if you follow their football history back, they're a good program. They really are. They're well coached, and they have a proud tradition here, which again, you just don't judge it by this year. That's all. They're 0-5 this year, and that's the way it works.
Yeah, runner-up in 91. Right, you're sitting against them.
I knew I was in there somewhere.
And you even
have
have your Eastern Conference Championships
That's
things
right
there. 83, 84, 90, and 91.
You have to read the press box on your way up the steps. You learn all this stuff. So I get all my tidbits. Number 58 for Hanover, Marty Evans, shaking up in a play, but he's walking off under his own power.
It's tough when an easy name like Marty Evans comes out of the game because they usually replace him
put
with
somebody with a 15-syllable
right.
name that goes back in. You like to keep the short names in the game.
Karnaski rolls to his right. He's going to run with the ball this time, and he's tackled for about a 1-yard loss at the 19-yard line. That time the blocking broke down a little. So punt formation for the Red Tornadoes deep in their own territory. 41, Joe Costello will be back to punt for the Red Tornadoes. Brian Hatton's back for the Hawkeyes along with number 32, Cunnard. That's going to be taken by Cunnard on about the 36-yard line. Going to break it around the right side. Good block and knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line by Jason Malachowski. There was one heck of a block in there by one of the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Davis took the hit for Big Red that time, but again, no yardage gain because of it. He was run out of bounds.
8-11 in the first half, 14-0. Red Tornadoes in the lead, and right now a big defensive series for the Red Tornadoes. This is one place when you sort of control the whole game and it's 14-0, you wouldn't want to see a big long drive happen here.
Absolutely right.
Kosenski back to pass, rush from Jamin, overthrows everybody. 2nd down and 10. Big rush by Jamin.
I think he was confused. He was confused that the receiver was because no one was in the area he threw it. He had 2 guys deep running a pattern almost exactly the same for some reason. He had a guy short, but he threw it in between, so there was nobody going to catch the ball there.
Definitely Kosenski has the arm, though, the ability to throw if they're going to give him a little time.
Time is, I think, the factor for him.
Big rush from the left end, Sean Jamin.
I mean, first of all, he's only a freshman, so
right.
He's got a lot of things he's looking at. When you get a lot of pressure like that, it's very difficult to make a completed pass.
Pitch back. Kubecki to about the 50-yard line. Good tackle by Costello, Jeff Evans, and 29, Dan Malachowski, also number 30, Sean Jamin. So 4 Red Tornado tacklers, and when you gang tackle like that, they're not going to gain too many yards.
No. They, from what I can gather, neither back has, just looking in the first half, has the speed to turn the corner. It's as simple as that. They're not going to get out around you. They look to me to be more of a power team. Both backs are fairly big backs, and look like they're better off working in between the tackles than they are outside of them.
Kosenski straight drop back, short 3-stepper, but now he's taking his time. Higgins with the tackle. Good rush by Higgins that time, and takes him for a loss of about 5 yards.
Now that time he had only 2 people in the pattern. There's only 2 people in the pattern, and you would have thought he would have more protection than he did, but he also didn't drop back very far.
No, I think that was supposed to be a quick pass, and his receiver was covered.
Yeah, so that's where the problem with that pass play went, and that's going to bring up another punting situation for the Hawkeyes.
Winsek in the punt for the Hawkeyes. Snaps back, good snap this time. He takes his time, though. Looks like it could be blocked. Taken by Malachowski. Falls on the ball and recovers it on the 29-yard line. 1st down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Jamin and Evans split far left. Karnaski's going to Veach off the right side. Finds some running room, 6-yard gain to about the 37-yard line. Good run and good blocking that time.
Again, this is exactly what we said. We're just grinding it out. We're fairly content with a very vanilla kind of offense today, and that's what I think you'll see the remainder of the game. Not passing the ball all over the field. He's trying to set some things up. He's trying to practice some things, I think, from what I can gather here. But he's kind of keeping it close to the vest, so to speak, before the North Schuylkill game.
Costello, gain of about 2 yards. Nice hit that time by Kubicki. Third down and about 2 yards to go. Normally a power backfield situation here for the Red Tornadoes.
Third down and 2.
And it is. Hepler's set on the right side, more than likely going to the right side. To Veach off the right side, and he's not going to make it. That's going to be about a yard short. Fourth down and 1 yard for the Red Tornadoes. Officials timeout for a measurement. But that one didn't look like he made it.
I don't think he was that close to measure, to tell you the truth. And you know, it's funny, it's really close to the markers, too. It's not like you have to look across the field. Nah, it's closer than I thought, though.
It is. Somehow, what we always talk about, Brett, when he explodes into that hole, he does have the ability going down to gain that extra yard.
Yeah, I would have thought it was at least a yard, at least. And there it's less than a yard, so.
Fourth down.
It looks like we're going to go for it.
It does look that way. More than likely, you would think it would be a quarterback sneak from Karnaski.
Tell you what, though, I mean, you're on your own 38-yard line here. This is a pretty gutsy call here in the second quarter.
This is the Veach. First down to about the 41-yard line, and looked like he had it all the way.
Oh, yeah. Can't argue the call now, but that's kind of gutsy when you're in a game like this. I don't know. There's 4 minutes and 46 seconds to go before halftime. Certainly enough time to run another score on the board before you go in.
Karnaski with Costello and Veach. This is the inside handoff to Evans. Finds some running room right up the middle. Gain of about 9 yards to the 50-yard line. Good run that time by Dave Evans. Down on the bottom of the pile for Hanover, Kosenski is in there at the quarterback, is also the safety, and he's only a freshman.
Yeah.
Halftime score, Ohio State 14, Penn State 10.
Second down and about 1 yard to go for the Red Tornadoes.
Wait, hold on. I'm in a photo opportunity.
I see that.
Stand by.
Karnaski back to pass. Looks at Jamin. Now going to do the fade, and that time ball falls incomplete.
A little different of an idea between the quarterback and the receiver that time. The receiver drove down, stopped, and turned and came back. And I think Vic felt he was going to stop, turn, then continue on.
Third down and 1 for the Red Tornadoes. 3:54 left in the first half. This is the Veach. First down. And he did that one on his own.
I didn't think he was going to get it there for a second. He thought, I'll just lay down and get it, and he did. That was a pretty nonchalant pickup of a first down there.
Gavlik in on the tackle for the Hanover Hawkeyes. First down, Red Tornadoes from the 49-yard line of Hanover.
We had, in fact, we had Brett at Supper Club on Thursday night. It was a joy. He's such a nice kid, you know, to sit with and have dinner with, and really a joy to have him with us.
Picks to Veach. Did a great job himself of breaking one tackle, and then in on the tackle number 87, Mike Richards, the right defensive tackle. Good job by Richards.
So we had Steve Sinkovich with us, and Mike Boyer was with us. He and I had a little bit of a
Mike
fight
Boyer,
over
the tackle.
We had a little fight over the bread, which I'm not going to say who won, but let's just say he has to beef it up a little bit if he's going to arm wrestle me for bread.
And last but not least, since we named them all, Dave Evans there.
Yeah, Davey Evans was there. And I'll tell you, Coach had a lot of nice things to say about Evans, about the defensive calls, and called him actually a coach on the field. And I thought that was nice because he really does make a lot of decisions out there on defense.
Inside handoff to Veach. Finds some running room down to about the 43-yard line.
Veach on the carry.
This will be a third down and about 4 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Very penalty-free game, Warren.
Yeah, it's a clean game. I think one of the nice things about Davey Evans was he admitted to me after the meal and they were walking out that he felt all of his football athletic talent had come from his mother. And I thought, well, that was nice to say.
Oh, boy. I'll leave that one go. Pitch back to Malachowski. First back through. He's going to have a first down and more to about the 36-yard line. Nice run. They were looking at Veach all the way on that play. Pitched it back to the first back through and got the first down.
First and 10, Mount Carmel from the Hawkeye 37.
2 minutes left on the clock. Ball on the 36-yard line. Mount Carmel has to put a little bit of express in here to put this one in.
Yeah, we're down a minute 50 now, and kind of really lazy kind of a tempo to this game. Nobody's in a real hurry here.
Costello up the middle. Still on his feet to about the 30-yard line. Still on his feet. Can you say still on his feet?
Actually, he never went to the ground that time. He just never put him down.
Gain of about 7 yards, second down and 3.
Gain of 6, second down and 4. From the Hawkeye 31.
Did you notice his loudspeaker system definitely disagrees with me every time I make a call?
Yeah.
Kanaski,
go up and talk to him.
Back to pass. Looks at Evans. Ooh, incomplete on about the 10-yard line. 1:08 left on the clock. The ball's on the 31-yard line. Third down and 3.
Third down and 4.
Oh, we're going to have an official's timeout here.
Why? Oh.
They have the number 88, Jim Fitzmaurice, the right cornerback, got hurt on that play for the Hawkeyes.
I didn't even see him get hurt.
Mike Wilk, number 48, will go into the lineup for him. He's a junior, 155 pounds.
I notice this team, there's not one of them on our team. This team, a lot of them wear those shin pads. Did you see that?
Yeah, I wasn't even going to start on that. You did that last year and got in trouble over it.
It's just an odd thing.
And I said this was the game you were going to get in trouble. Draw play to Veach. One man to beat down to about the 19-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
I don't really think I ever get in trouble. I just think that myself and Mr. McPhee have artistic differences once in a while. And obviously, we're going to have to work them out now, aren't we? He always works them out by cutting me off the tape all the time.
Timeout, Red Tornadoes with 1 minute left in the first half. You know, I saw that right when it actually started. When the game first started, I noticed them. And I remembered you going through the whole dissertation last year. And I thought, well, it's just better not to say anything to you in this game. And it did take you quite a while to pick it up.
What's odd about them is they're not shin pads by design. They're elbow pads. Notice the hole in the back. You know, they're designed to fit on your elbow. I don't understand. I don't understand quite why they all wear them, because to me, they look like they're uncomfortable. You know what I mean? When they're on your socks like that. But hey, what do I know?
We're in trouble already because you carried on too long about it already.
A fashion statement being made by the Hawkeyes, and I'm here talking about it. Oh, there goes the can, though. I got the 50-50 tickets in my pocket. I'm feeling real lucky today. You ready? I'm going to give them to you at halftime since I have to make the 42-mile trip across the stadium for the stats.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. The ball on the 19-yard line. 1 minute left in the first half. Big Red up in the lead, 14-0. Karnaski with Costello in motion to the right side. Pitch back to Veach. This is going to be a pass from the tailback. Looks at Jamin. Triple covered. Intercepted in the end zone by number 48, which is Mike Wilk, and he's the guy that just came in. Triple coverage that time on Jamin.
Yeah, they knew the play was coming. They really did. Perhaps the more open guy was Higgins. I thought in that particular play. There was two receivers, Jamin and Higgins. Higgins was I believe, single covered, but Jamin had the entire team, and some of the band went down and watched them, I think.
First down and 10 for the Hawkeyes. 53 seconds left in the first half. Pitch back to Kubicki, and figured that they wouldn't try to get out of this first half without anything happening. Joe Chicatano in on the tackle, also helping out there 29 Malakowski, and also getting up number 30 Jamin. And I think they hit each other harder than they did Kubicki. He sort of got under the bottom of all of those guys.
He missed the brunt of that one.
Second down and about 7 yards to go for the Hawkeyes. Milosevic in at defensive end for the Red Tornadoes.
Fumble.
Big hit in there. The initial hit.
Actually, the big hit was between the quarterback and the running back.
Okay. Ball recovered by Bill Anderson.
They ran into each other and dropped the ball.
Well, second life for the Big Red here with 17 seconds left on the clock.
Obviously not something the Hawkeyes wanted to do, was fumble the ball so deep in their own territory. Just a mix-up on the play between the quarterback and the running back, and they hit each other hard enough that the running back fell down. That's how hard they crashed into each other.
I was picking up on defensive end there that they had brought Denny Milosevic in to replace Sean Jamin at the time. Jamin, I said they hurt themselves on that play. The three of them really hit hard, and I missed the backfield play. So you got it for me. Thank you.
Once in a while, I actually watch the play too.
I understand that.
Instead of everything going on around me. It's not as much fun though. I prefer to see all the other stuff. That's why I'm the color guy.
Oh gosh. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. As we said, 17 seconds left on the clock. Coach Williams called his play out in the huddle and now has these maybe one or two plays set here. It's going to be from the shotgun formation to Karnaski. Karnaski back, looks in the corner of the end zone. Now a cutting motion of Evans, sitting there all by himself at about the 11-yard line. Now he's going to break to the corner, and he was going to try to get out of bounds on the 9-yard line. 6 seconds, 5, and I'm not sure they have timeout.
Yeah.
They had a face mask. That's going to be a face mask against the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, we also called timeout. I don't know if they're counting that because they stopped play for the penalty, but
personal foul called, face mask against the Hawkeyes.
Now that'll put the ball down about the 4.5-yard line.
Right.
You'll get half the distance in the goal line.
But still, he'll have to take 2 seconds here to run a play.
There was only 2 left when they stopped play. So you got one shot at the end zone here now.
Hawkeyes do that coming off the sideline every time for the timeouts instead of the coach going out to them. Haven't figured that one out yet.
No, how it's easier to have 11 guys run to you instead of you run to 11 guys is beyond me.
Timeout on Carmel. First and goal, Red Tornadoes from the Hawkeye 4.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking at the field here. This field, you mentioned it in the beginning. This is definitely a field that got watered a lot because it's as green and as lush as you'd want it to be.
Well, and there's a major crown on it. If you're down on the sidelines, it's just a major crown going across, and that does help in terms of the drainage and everything off this field. They have said in the past, though, in the past years, it used to be a mud bowl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so they've done a lot of work on this field, and it is a nice little high school stadium.
Yeah, nice grass. They take very good care of it. Yeah, I guess the odd part about this field is that it's attached to an elementary school, not the high school.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I
don't know where the high school is, but this is the elementary school that we're looking at here.
Trips right, set up for the Red Tornadoes. Karnaski will go from the shotgun. Big rush, a shovel pass, and that one goes nowhere at the 9-yard line as they just took number 58 from Marty Evans, and the right guard just came in and made that tackle. Well, with the end of the first half, the score, Mount Carmel area 14, Hanover area 0. We'll be back with some halftime stats in one moment. We're back to start the second half here, and once Warren checks his numbers for the winning ball, we'll get back into this one.
Well, that was pretty good. I was 140 off that time.
Do we have halftime stats for today, Warren?
We do, but I'm not happy now. Okay, guys, kind of an abbreviated halftime show here. Mount Carmel area rushed the ball 31 times for a total of 146 yards. They passed the ball 4 times out of 10 for 48 yards. Individually in the rushing department, Veach carried the ball 18 times for 64 yards. Costello 6 for 36 and a touchdown. Evans 2 for 17. Malakowski 2 for 23. And Kernatsky 3 for a total of 3 yards and a touchdown. But more importantly, he's in positive yardage in the first half here. And a quarterback, that's always a difficult one. Receiving-wise, Jamin is 2 for 21. Evans is 1 for 32. And Veach caught one for a -5 yards. Hanover rushed the ball a total of 10 times for only 11 yards. They're passing twice out of 5 attempts they completed for 25 yards. So they've got 36 total yards in the first half. The first downs also reflect that. First downs are 13 for Mount Carmel area and 1 for Hanover. So although the score is only 14-0, pretty much at first half completely dominated by Big Red, both offensively and defensively. And the ball, of course, ending the first half on the 4-yard line, almost punching another score in. So,
and you go back to them being 0-5 and only being 14-0, could very easily be 21-0 right now. And the other thing is Dallas, who's in the driver's seat up north here in the AA now, as they beat Myers this weekend. They only beat them 27-3. But Dallas only putting 27 points on the board against his team. So, in perspective, a 0-5 team that's still a pretty good football team.
Yeah, exactly. Just offensively, they have their woes. We said that when we came in, and you're seeing it today. I mean, 36 total yards. They're not an offensive threat. At least they weren't in the first half.
Sinkovic with the kickoff goes between the 2 receivers. It's down on about the 4, still being bounced around down there. Breaks it up the middle, Kubecki, and he gets out to about the 16-yard line. First down and 10, Hawkeyes from the 16.
They're going to have a long talk about how that one happened. You don't ever want that to happen.
They're just sort of looking at each other, weren't they?
First and 10, Hawkeyes from their own 17.
Well, starting the second half of the season, the 6th game of the season for both these teams, it looks like the Hanover coaches have committed now to the freshman, Kosensky, and he's a quarterback number 19.
Well, I mean, you got a kid that's a prototype quarterback size-wise. He looks like he has a heck of an arm from what we've seen, and you're going to have him for 4 years, so that's a good investment when you look at it.
Kubecki off the left side finds some running room. One man to beat, and
Gretzky
over there, Gretzky brings him down after about a 9 or 10-yard gain, but a good run that time by the tailback. Good blocking that time by the Hanover line.
Gretzky saved the touchdown, I think. I mean, he had turned the corner and was well on his way down the sideline, so a good play by Gretzky. Probably the best offensive running play for the Hawkeyes since the game began.
First down and 10, Hawkeyes. This time, Kosensky keeps it on a bootleg, finds some running room, turns it on to the 36, and up to the 40-yard line. First down, Hawkeyes. And right now, the Hawkeyes came out with a little bit of spirit and a little bit of steam, Warren.
Absolutely, and a couple of different-looking plays. We hadn't seen either one of those plays, I don't think, in the first half. So, you know, they haven't given up. They're only down 14 points. They're certainly in the ball game. But if they're going to stay in this ball game, they need to continue to show some offense.
And I guess the one great thing about the third quarter is we don't have the band playing in front of us.
Yeah, they're all at the concession stand. In fact, I could see every one of them standing down there.
Kosensky, Dalton, up the middle, big hit, Costello.
Could have had him bring some pizza back.
Yeah, that would have helped. Costello and also Jeff Evans in on the tackle.
Second down and 10 from the Hawkeye 40.
Molosevich is starting the second half now.
Well, Jamin started, and he got. It looked like he tightened up on that one, and they brought him in.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
he had about 2 plays. He's over on the sideline right now by Coach Edwards.
Okay. I was looking to see where he was.
Kosensky's going to pitch back this time to Kubecki. Good read by Molosevich, holds him in, contains him. It'll be about a 1-yard loss by Molosevich.
I should mention his name more often because there he makes a great defensive play that time.
Second down and 10.
Molosevich on the tackle. No gain on the play. Third down and 10.
Following true to form, most likely a passing situation for the Hawkeyes here. Hopefully, he won't try his screen pass again. For his sake.
No,
For Kosenski's sake.
For Kosenski's
For the
sake.
freshman's sake. Kosenski. Gonna roll.
Gonna pass.
Looking downfield.
Got
Evans.
him.
Jeff Evans gets him on about the 35-yard line.
And Molisevich.
And Molisevich there.
Nice play that time. And again, you see Jeff Evans's speed.
Fourth down
You
and
know,
13.
there's some real speed moving there when he broke into the backfield. And Molisevich coming from the other side.
Right.
To help bring him down. So 2 good defensive plays that time by Big Red.
Winchek in to punt for the Hawkeyes. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 29 Malakowski and 22 Veach. End over end kick, going to hit on about the 39-yard line and will be down on about the 31-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes.
For a second, I thought 53 was going to catch it. The way he looked.
It came right over his head.
8:30.
8:35 left in the third quarter, 14-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead.
I think, if anything, I think Coach Williams talked at halftime about keeping their intensity up. They seem to have wavered a little bit in the second quarter, and I'm sure he's telling them, hey, guys, you know, you want to win football games, you got to play the whole game. You got to play all 4 quarters. And I think we're going to see a little bit of that offensively right now, I hope.
Karnaski to Veach, off the left side. Runs over everybody, including his own blocker, at about the 38-yard line.
That way, that's the kind of thing. Everybody's in the pile. You just go in there and see what happens.
Second down and 1 yard to go.
Gain of 8 on the play, second down and 2.
Hanover player
and
leaving
Kubecki,
here.
that's their good tailback, and it looks like he got hurt on that play.
He's a little bit shaken up there.
Costello and Veach in the backfield. Gunther and Evans split far left for the Red Tornadoes. Costello up the middle. Flags on the play, and from that position, most likely going to be a motion call against the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, that's going to go back. It is.
Motion against the Red Tornadoes. This one will take them back 5 yards.
Ball against the Red Tornadoes.
Red Tornadoes will have a second down and 7 to go. Eric Keegan's into the Red Tornado lineup right now.
That's what I talk about, though, loss of intensity.
Five-yard penalty,
That's how you pick up
second
a
down
call
and
like
7.
that, a motion call.
Red
Somebody's
Tornado,
not
34.
concentrating. Somebody's not doing what they're supposed to do. And it breeds sloppiness. I know Coach Williams is concerned about that. I know he wants them to finish this game off strong.
Karnaski to Veach. Finds some running room, makes a nice cut at about the 38-yard line, up to the 40. And this will bring third down and about 1 or 2. So it was about a 6-yard gain.
Oh, boy.
Third down and 1.
A little rough spot on that, I think. Ball kind of inched itself backwards there on its
It
own.
certainly looked like he was over the line, didn't it?
A little bit of a tough one on that one.
Jamin split to the left for the Red Tornadoes. Power backfield with Hepler, Costello, and Veach. This one to Veach, behind the big guys, close to a first down.
If he gives him his forward progress, it's a first down. I don't know where he's standing on. Yeah, he gave it to him. Trying to see where he was standing. That's a first down. Tough inside running by Veach.
First and 10, Mount Carmel.
6:41 left in the third quarter. Straight eye back formation this time for the Red Tornadoes. Fake the handoff to Costello, give it to Veach, second back through, gain of 8 or 9. Now some offensive blocking taking place by the Red Tornado line.
Veach on the carry.
Second down and about 3 yards to go, 7-yard gain for the Red Tornadoes.
Third down and 3 for Mount Carmel from their own 49.
Fake to Veach, pass play, big rush. Karnaski tucks it away, looks for a block, and points for a block, and knocked out of bounds on the 26-yard line. That's the first time we saw Vic really tuck it away, and look at his tackler.
Absolutely.
Number 58 it must be, or 50, who's in there?
It's 58.
Yeah, it's 58 in on the tackle, which was Marty Evans, and Evans says, was that a quarterback really hit me? No. He said, that wasn't a quarterback. That was a train.
Hey, you're talking 6'1", 200 pounds here. Let's face it, he's a load when he gets rolling like that.
Wow, he was rolling, and he was also doing his signals from there, who to block and everything he was pointing out there. Nice run by Karnaski.
So you had Malachowski, who was doing exactly what he's trained to do, turn and come to the quarterback when he's in trouble. But by the time he turned, the quarterback already decided, the heck with this, I'm rolling downfield. 58's having a heck of a time there.
Well, he took a massive hit. It knocked his pants loose.
Oh, jeez. I hate when that happens. I hate when my pants are loose.
All right, here we go.
Doesn't happen much with me, though.
First down and 10. First down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes.
Bet you that doesn't make the tape.
Nope, that one didn't make it. Karnaski. Inside handoff to Evans.
Ooh.
Oh, big play by number 27 in there, Ryan Dalton. He just came right in from his linebacker spot, made a great stop. He was waiting for that play.
Yeah, that was a good
You could see he was reading that one all the way.
Good defensive play by Hanover that time. You see, they get down now. It's 2nd and 11. You know, they're bogging down a little bit here now after a good initial drive.
2nd down and 9.
You get down in this territory, you know, you're down inside the 30-yard line. You want to put some points on the board when you get down this far all the time.
Pitch back to Malachowski. Blockers out in front, finds some running room, close to a first down at around the 15-yard line.
Malachowski on the carry.
That's an amazing play. They actually, Malachowski goes out there as if he's a blocker for Veach, and they pitch right to him, and boy, they're looking at Veach all the way, and he gains 8-9 yards every carry on that one. 4:37 left in the third quarter. Ball on the 15. First down, Red Tornadoes. Karnaski, Veach, right side. One man to beat down to about the 10-yard line.
Veach on the carry.
Looks like Dalton made the initial hit in there, or maybe it was 87, which is Mike Richards on the tackle.
Gain of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5 from the 10.
Kind of a methodical drive here. I know Big Red wants to put some points on the board, though. They don't want to walk away here like they did at the end of the first half with nothing in their pocket here, but 2nd and 5.
Right.
The ball's on the 10.
Split backfield for the Red Tornadoes to Veach. Behind the blocking of Costello in that left side down to about the 6-yard line.
On the carry.
This one will be 3rd down and about 1 yard to go.
Tackled by Gavlik. 3rd down and 1.
Gunter brings the play in for the Red Tornadoes. 3rd down and 1. Big 3rd down play for the Red. You're basking in the sun and falling asleep. Wake up, please. Karnaski to Veach off the right side. Running room to about the 4. That'll be a first down and goal to go from the 3-yard line.
Was I dozing off there?
You were dozing. Eric Richardson in on the tackle from his cornerback position.
I'm not used to this. I got my feet spread out. There's nobody in front of us. It's like being on a lawn chair at the beach right now.
Oh, Warren. First down, goal to go. Last time they faced this, handoff to the big Joe Costello, but we're going with the power backs here with Hepler and Costello in front of Veach. Oh, fumble on the play. Ball recovered by number 27, Ryan Dalton.
By the Hawkeyes, Ryan Dalton.
Now, see, you're up 14-0, and that's great. There's 2:50 left in the third quarter, but now this is a game that they can't be happy about. Now they've made it a game that they cannot be happy about offensively right now. You make those kind of mistakes with a big game looming, you've got to be a little bit worried now. And I know Coach Williams cannot be happy with what's happening there now.
Well, down at this end of the field for the Hawkeyes, they're definitely not thrilled about being here, but see what they do out of here. It's going to be Kubecki. Fake to Kubecki, Kosenski with the ball. Nice stop made in there. Looks like
You couldn't see that.
Well, Jeff Evans was there for sure. He was there, and then Costello and Milosevic all around him.
If you see them line up in the huddle, they stick Evans between Hepler and Mr. Anderson there, and he almost disappears for a little bit if they both turn the right way.
2 minutes left in the third. 2nd down and 10 from the 5-yard line.
Because right now he's residing in Mr. Anderson's neighborhood.
Kosenski. He's going to pass. Looks on a fade pattern. Incomplete.
Pass intended for Fox, incomplete.
That time that was probably not the best pass. I think the receiver was running the right route.
Yes.
He had the ball in the wrong angle when he left it go.
3rd down and 10. 1:41 left in the third quarter.
He's the kind of kid, though, you look at him as a freshman, you're almost glad you're not going to see him down the line anywhere. The series here ends. It was a 2-game, or was it 2 games?
Right.
This
is it.
Twice,
2 games, right.
2-game series, so we won't see this team for a while.
Pitch back to Quebec. Fumble on the play. Ball's running loose. Costello has it. He's on the bottom of the pile. 1st down. Red Tornadoes from the 6-yard line. Boy, Joe Costello was all arms on that play. He just was grabbing everything.
Recovered by Costello.
Looked like he pulled a muscle or
he
something.
Got up a little tender there, didn't he?
It's in the back of his calf where he's grabbing right now.
1st and goal, Mount Carmel from the Hawkeyes 5.
Well, that's not enough to keep him.
No.
That broken leg's not enough to keep him down. He just push it back and go on with the game.
1st down and goal from the 6. Must be fumble territory down there between their 10-yard line. Timeout called by the Hawkeyes. They missing one player and also a defensive play.
Silence fell over us for a second. With the 1st down, the ball's on the 5-yard line. Coach came in and said, I don't care how you do this, guys, but get it over to goal line now.
Beach on the carry.
Beach was the ball carrier. I didn't see how far he got down there to about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he looks like he's at the 1.
Sitting in the stands isn't as easy as picking up the plays right there. So 2nd down and goal from the 1. So right here they'll jam it in with either Kanaski or their power running game from the backfield. Kanaski looks like he's in for the touchdown.
Kornaski on the keeper, touchdown Mount Carmel.
Sure, there's only 2 guys from Mount Carmel who weren't in the end zone. On that
Had to be a
9 other ones were in
right?
there, so it was a pretty good bet he was going to score.
Mount Carmel area in the lead, 20-0 right now. Attempt the extra point.
Hanover's got guys in and out here. They're not sure what they're doing.
Snaps back, it's down, kicks up. Ooh. And no good.
That was a knuckleball or something. I don't know what that was.
Mount Carmel 20, Hanover nothing.
I didn't see if it was set. Was it set? I couldn't see how he kicked it.
I watched the
right
right side coming in. I thought they were going to try to block it, and then I didn't see if it got down or not. So.
He knew as soon as he kicked it, he knew because he just trotted right away from it. But he knew it wasn't going in.
41 seconds left in the third quarter. The score, Mount Carmel area 20, Hanover area, no, not Hanover area, Hanover Hawkeye, yes it is, Hanover area Hawkeye 0.
We know how important our areas are.
That's right.
Just make sure you get the area in there.
Kubicki and Demchak back for the Hawkeyes.
42, Mike Sinkovich kicking off for the Red Tornadoes. Sort of like a knuckleballer. Hits on about the 15-yard line, still bouncing around. And recovered by the Red Tornadoes. 1st down and 10. And I'm not sure what
I can't imagine
the
what that
Hawkeye
kid
players didn't like something.
He kept shaking his hand, no. But you've got to cover the ball. Well, I wouldn't want to have that conversation.
He's coming over to talk to the coach right now.
I'm surprised he hasn't just jumped over the wall and went home on that one because he's going to have a heck of a time explaining that play.
I'm not sure, unless he thought it went out of bounds.
The sidelines are pretty well marked, though. I don't know how he didn't think it did.
Well, new life for the Red Tornado offense at the 17-second mark of the third quarter. Fake to Veach, fake to everybody. Karnaski gonna throw in the corner. Nice play, excellent defensive play made that time by number 48, Mike Wilk, and he just stepped right in front of Jamin, did it? Yeah. And that was on one of Vic's bullet passes.
Yeah. He did a nice job that time. I thought Vic probably had the option to run it in there.
Yeah, that time it looked that way.
He was close there. The only thing I can figure is the Hanover player had to think that it was a punt. You know, then he could let it go.
Okay.
But he walked away from it. And he was not only did he walk away, but he shook the other guy away from it. So I have to assume he thought it was a punt.
And I said it had that funny squib on it. It was like a knuckleball kick. It was a great kick by Sinkovic. This is Costello.
That's one of those plays, though, when you go in the film room. You sit in the back by the bathroom.
Definitely. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Mount Carmel area 20, Hanover area 0.
Once again, you are watching WKMC TV. We're broadcasting on a microwave signal WLX267. Our broadcast originates on the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School. You're catching us on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System, and we are an instructional fixed television service. Notice the way I was able to put that at the end this time, just for a little bit of a difference.
Definitely.
A little bit of variety, you know? I think you should go down and ask that guy with the Penn State score. I know he's not listening to the band over here.
Well, I think for the number of fans that are here from both sides, I think there's a lot of people at Penn State, and we've talked about it before, Warren. Saturday afternoon high school games just don't seem to cut it during the regular season.
This might be an editorial for us, but we're coming out directly against playing on Saturday afternoon for a high school football game. They belong on Friday night. We want them to stay there. And it doesn't matter because no one will ever hear this anyway because he'll cut all this off.
This would be a tough stadium to have a Friday night game. Well, yeah, I mean, play under the moonlight.
It's somewhat dark here, I'm sure, but.
But you're for bringing in portable lights and the whole works.
Yes, not for portable lights and flashlights, but I'm not for Saturday afternoon games.
Karnaski rolls, looks in the corner on the fade again. Incomplete. Third, this will be 4th down and 8.
Looks like we were trying things on this series here.
Well, I was going to say it was going to be 3rd down, but I missed one down at this other end. I guess it was, I remember, Costello's run now.
I think it'll be almost certainly another pass play now.
Well, we're going to go with Veach and Costello in the I-back formation. Karnaski fakes the Veach on the play action. He's going to roll, looks in the end zone, touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh, I was going to say, that's a close one.
He was on the end line.
He was carefully, touchdown, okay. I was going to say, they weren't sure.
Yeah.
He stood right on the end line when he caught it. I couldn't see.
Complete touchdown, Mount Carmel.
Oh, nice bullet, though. What a throw. Good hands by Jamin. Jamin knew where he was. He watched that in-line all the way, and he made sure he was there.
I shouldn't say that he didn't know it, but I know that the referee was watching very carefully. He wasn't sure, because as soon as he caught it then, he stepped right back out of the end zone.
Hepler to attempt the extra point, snaps back, kicks up, and it's good. With 11:50 remaining in the ball game, the score, Mount Carmel area 27, Hanover area Hawkeyes nothing. That's those 2 touchdowns there put this one away. And as we said, when it was 14-0, though, a game is never away. You know,
it's amazing how quickly the game fell apart here, though, for the Hawkeyes.
Right.
In a matter of a quarter, it's over for them. They didn't play a bad football game. Defensively, they played a tough football game. They really did. I think the problem with them was defensively they were on the field too much. They need to put some offense together, and certainly that was their problem from the very beginning of the game. They didn't generate much of anything, and they haven't done much in the second half.
Mike Sinkovic, number 42, will kick off for the Red Tornadoes.
Hard and check back for the Hawkeyes.
I'll bet somebody picks it up this time. Bounces in the way of Dumchek, fumbles it, catches it on the 16-yard line, breaks it to the middle of the field, and Dave Evans, the initial tackler, Helped out there, Jeff Evans, 81, Mike Zavarik, 47, Steve Sinkovich, and 66, Joe Chicatano.
That time Dave was going for one of the wrestling moves that time. He said, I'll drop him this way instead.
Ball's on the 24-yard line. First down and 10 for the Hawkeyes.
Of course, Dave, I guess, and his brother are two avid wrestlers on the
Definitely.
wrestling squad, and looking forward to a big year with a new head coach this year.
Not this year. Bucky's staying this year.
Next year.
Yes, Coach McCollum. Oh, big hit that time by Eric Higgins. Good job by Higgins. And right now, they're just going to start sending the defensive ends.
Oh, well, you're in serious trouble now. I mean, this is not where you want to be.
Second down and 19 from the Hawkeye 16.
Rusty Lashinsky, 32 into the Red Tornado lineup, along with number, 65, Ricky Harris. 45 also, Ryan McGee, now into the defensive lineup for the Red Tornadoes. Pitch back, finds some running room, 32 the ball carrier. Initial hit made by Hepler, also in there, Ricky Harris, number 5, Gunther also. Cunnard was the ball carrier that time. Higgins back in at defensive end. Kasansky back to pass. Looks over the middle, hits Dalton. Good for a Hawkeye first down. Tackle made by Costello. And we have a tornado hurt on the play, which is Cheddar.
No, 20.
26?
Is it 26? I'm trying to say that was 25. 26 it looks like. I think his problem once again happened to be Costello, not the ball carrier. Yeah, it must be 26. We had some new people in the defensive backfield that time for Mount Carmel.
Oh, yeah.
McGee was in.
McGee was
on the
there.
Side there. It is Cheddar, absolutely, but he is standing up.
81, Mike Zavarik takes his place. He'll come in place of Cheddar at the cornerback position.
So I think Costello had a lot to do with that. Every time you see a guy hurt, you see Costello standing around somewhere.
9:47 left in the ball game. 27-0. Red Tornadoes in the lead.
And of course, it was an accident, but geez, you just want to try to avoid him if you can. Even trying to run on his own team.
Kasansky back to pass again. Anderson with a big hit. And ball goes incomplete, but big hit by Bill Anderson that time.
Welcome to Mr. Anderson's neighborhood. And again, I saw Bill. I can tell Mr. Anderson from up here. He said, "How are you? How's your parents? How's everything going? How you doing in school?" Very polite, as he buries you 3 foot under the ground.
Oh, and that's tough for a quarterback. When his arm's up in the air like that, his ribs are open, and he just lets it fly.
That's tough for any human being to carry that kind of weight to the ground with you. It's amazing.
9:24 left on the clock. Ball's on the 40-yard line. Second down and 10 for the Hawkeyes. Kasansky play action. He's going to take the ball and run it all the way this time. And he finds some running room. Gunther, the last one to bring him down, does so at about the 36-yard line.
Polchansky on the keeper. Tackled by Gunther.
Number 40 into the Red Tornado lineup, Damian Ziegler. He'll come in at defensive end for the Red Tornadoes.
Hawkeyes from the Mount Carmel 37.
Also in Ron Davis, 58 at linebacker for Chicatano, right.
Chicatano's trotting off over there.
Pitch back. Cunnard cuts it back.
Ooh.
Good tackle made that time by Molosevich from the left defensive end position. He saw the cutback and made a great hit.
Tough hit that time.
Tackled by Molisevich.
A lot of new faces in Big Red's defensive lineup, though. A lot of new people in there now.
Gain of 7, second down and 3.
Well, we have 45, Ryan McGee, 5, Gunther. Just running down the line, 29, Dan Malakowski's in at cornerback, 81, Mike Zavarik at cornerback. Costello and Hepler still in at their respective positions. Play action, gonna take the ball himself. Koneski finds some nice running room down to about the 12-yard line.
Kopczynski on the keeper. Down to the Mount Carmel 14. First and 10 Hawkeyes.
First and 10 Hawkeyes from about the 12-yard line.
I don't know. I think we're a little confused now. We had 5 guys go out and only 4 came in. Let's see where the other guy came to.
No, that was Corey running off and then coming back.
Oh,
Corey ran
back,
over and then came back, yeah. Dalton up the middle. Stopped this time in the center of the line. Jeff Evans in there on the tackle along with Costello.
Stopped by Evans. Gain of 1, second down and 9.
7:49 left in the ball game. 27-0, Mount Carmel area in the lead. Koneski sets up. Dalton and Cunnard in the backfield. Fakes it to both of them. Gonna try to throw Hepler after him. Looks in the corner. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. Good play that time.
And that was a play. They moved everybody going to the left, and they dragged the quarterback out to the right with one receiver. He only had one opportunity to complete the pass, and that was it. But a good play that time by the Hawkeyes. Put them on the scoreboard at the 7:22 mark of the 4th quarter. Now, I'm not sure if they're going for 2 or if he's the kicker.
No, the kicker is number 11.
This was a test.
Yep, number 11's the kicker.
And we're not kicking.
And his name was Janishak, and he didn't get the kick. Gonna pitch back to Cunnard and hit.
Penalty
but we have flags on the play. He's hit short, but there is a penalty on the field.
I guess that'll go holding.
Holding against the Hawkeyes. Red Tornadoes will decline it. So with 7:22 remaining in the ball game, the score, Mount Carmel area 27, the Hawkeyes of Hanover area 6. But one bright side there, they did have a real nice pass play right at the end.
Yep. That's, for Hanover, obviously it's a building block for them. The score like this, they still got 7 minutes, 22 seconds left, so there's still some of the game left. It's 27-6. I don't think even they think they're going to win the game, but certainly you want to make a good showing here. They got 4 more games down the line to play before the season ends for them. And they're looking at next year. Obviously, a lot of young players here, a young quarterback, a freshman, so they're looking at all these things, and these are all good things for them now.
Deep for the Red Tornadoes, 29, Dan Malakowski, 22, Brett Veach, and 27, Dave Evans. Number 11, Corey Janishak will kick off. A squibber in the direction of Evans, taken on the 15-yard line. Finds some running room and a little hole to about the 32-yard line. Tackle made by number 32, Cunnard.
On the return. Kennard and Hatton on the stop. First and 10, Mount Carmel from their own 33.
7-11. Did you get that? 7-11 left in the ball game.
Are we doing advertisements now? Are we doing commercials? We have to let everybody enjoy their band because our band left. They're gone.
Koneski, I'll tell you why. Hands off to Veach around the left side. Gains about 4 or 5 yards.
Veach on the carry.
And we'll see second down and about 5. Tonight's and you're seeing this on Wednesday night, so it already occurred, but what's happening on this day for the Red Tornadoes is their big band competition back at the Silver Bowl tonight. So they had to get back to be hosts for, I think, 19 bands coming in tonight.
Oh, yeah. Try to picture if you're a band member, because you travel all the way up to Hanover, which is up here, what, by Nanacoke somewhere?
Right, Nanacoke.
Somewhere in the area here. I'll finish this after the play.
Karnaski looks at Gunther, gets the ball, comes back to the middle. Nice move by Gunther, close to a first down. He was going for the first down yardage, and I think he got it.
You know, you get on a bus about 10 a.m. in the morning. You travel all the way up here to Wilkes-Barre. You play at the half. They march right out of the half, right back to the bus. They drive all the way back to Mount Carmel. And then at Mount Carmel's the Silver Bowl, they have 19 bands coming in. And they're going to play, not in the competition, I understand, but they're an exhibition in it at the end, or I'm not sure how that works. But now try to picture being a band parent. And all the people had to stay home to get the stadium ready, get it set up, travel with this band, get everybody back on a bus, all the equipment back home, unloaded, back in the stadium.
Veach off the left side. Finds some running room, gonna turn the afterburners on and goes out of bounds on about the 44-yard line. 5:28 left in the ball game. Jamin split far right. Pitch to Malachowski off the left side. Gain of about 5 yards. In there, number 32, Rusty Lashinsky at fullback now also. Ron Davis, 58, one of the guards.
Gain of 4, second down and 6.
Switzer Lashinsky stopped at about the 1 yard gain.
Veach on the carry.
That was a tough yard. He just gained himself there. Both of those guys are
Good
really
yard.
large.
Woodashak and Howland on the stop.
4:29 left in the ball game. 27-6.
No gain.
Big Red in the lead.
Third down and 6 for the Hawkeye 40.
Karnaski rolls to his right. Looks at Gunther. Good pass, good reception. Gunther keeps it in bounds at the 24-yard line.
Complete to Gunther, tackled by Hatton.
75, John Elson to the ball game now at center for Fedock.
Oh, my main man, huh?
First down, Mount
My main man, big
Hawkeye
75. Taught him everything he knows about the center position, and they still left him on the team.
3:49 left in the ball game. Karnaski pitches to Malachowski.
Oh, he's still loose.
And
he's going in.
touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't think he was going to get around there.
Touchdown, Mount Carmel.
Oh, I'm impressed with that run.
I lost him. I did
too. I thought he went down
here
there.
where I thought he was down. And I was trying to see where he went out of bounds, but a great run.
Yeah, that was nice. I like that. I thought he went down for sure.
Hepler in to
run.
attack the extra point at 3:30 left on the clock. Snaps back, kicks up, and it's good.
And you weren't going to
And I
call
can't
that, were you?
believe they looked at each other. I think it went right down the middle.
I thought
They're
it did
both
too.
looking at each other.
Hanover 6.
Just in case it went over the end at the very last minute, I guess.
Score now, Mount Carmel area 34, Hanover area 6.
Hanover areas, they do more meetings on the sidelines
Yeah, I know.
than any team I've ever seen in my whole lifetime. Well, they spend a lot of time running back and forth to the sideline here.
You missed the Penn State score.
What was it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I said you missed it. So did I. 42, Mike Sinkovich will kick off for the Red Tornadoes. in there on this kickoff team right now. They have number 81, Mike Zavarik, 29, Dan Malakowski, 66, Joe Shikatano, 28, Denny Molisevich, 40, Damian Ziegler, 47, Steve Sinkovich, 27, Dave Evans, 54, Jeff Evans, 45, Ryan McGee. I think I got, 21, Matt Montgomery. I'm glad they gave me that little bit of time to get all their names in. Sinkovich with the kick, nice end over end. Taken on about the 11-yard line. And knocked out of bounds by number 42, Sinkovich. Also 47, Sinkovich.
Oh, cheerleader got hit that time too. You don't see that very often.
Flag on the play. We have a holding call against the Hawkeyes.
Also might add, they have as many cheerleaders as they do guys on the team.
Yeah. We'll try to pick up on the defense that's coming in here for the Red Tornadoes. We have at the tackles number 53, Clayton Casella, and number 56, Gary Dunn. Nose tackle will be 65, Ricky Harris. The defensive ends, 32, Rusty Lashinsky, and number 40, Damian Ziegler. The linebackers are 58, Ron Davis, and number 48 for the Red Tornadoes, Dennis Kraszewski. The cornerbacks, Zavarik and Ryan. Great
nice
play by number 21, Matt Montgomery. He's the free safety.
Good play.
Matt did a great job of breaking that one up.
Yeah, that was heads-up football that time.
We've been watching him, Matt, in every one of the JV games, and he's doing an extremely good job at coming from free safety and making plays like that, Warren. Into the defensive lineup for the Red Tornadoes now, number 60, Jason Malakowski.
Of course, Montgomery just a sophomore, so he's got a lot of football left in him here at Mount Carmel area.
Cornerbacks Ryan McGee and Mike Zavarik. I'm not sure I picked them up. And now number 44 into the Red Tornado lineup, which is Johnny Kalinowski.
Procedure call against the Hawkeyes.
Legal procedure called against the Hawkeyes. 2nd down and 15.
The Hawkeyes from their own 17.
Pitch back to Cunnard, finds some running room. Good tackle made by Zavarik, and also in there number
Ziegler.
40, which
Ziegler?
is Damian Ziegler, right?
I remember him from his brother wore 40.
Right. Some changes coming in. 67 for the Red Tornadoes, which is Jason Wojtovich. Also 42, Mike Sinkovich comes in. I guess it's the 2 because 2 guys ran off. So Sinkovich will go at linebacker position, and it puts Wojtovich at the right tackle. Kasenchak's pass. Oh! Pete Avellino had that one. He was in the ballgame, number 37. He had that one, and all he could see was end zone. Did you see him in and out of his hands, right?
He had everything going at one time there, and he didn't bring the ball in.
All right. Punt formation for the Hawkeyes, and deep for the Red Tornadoes. 21, Matt Montgomery, and 81, Mike Zavarik. Winchuk is still the punter for the Hawkeyes. Snaps back, kicks away end over end in the direction of Zavarik, bounces, between his legs, and out of bounds.
Right.
Good play by Zavarik to get it out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
You know, at the 2:20 mark, one telling moment in time between the Hanover Hawkeyes and Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes. The Hanover Hawkeyes in 1995 returned only 4 lettermen, which is a very small amount. As you look at Mount Carmel area, they brought 25 lettermen from last year's state championship game and state championship team into the season. So right there gives you a big tell mark of why one team is so far advanced compared to the other.
Offensively for the Red Tornadoes, the Sinkovich brothers in the backfield. Mike, number 42, goes to 47. Steve, gain of about 5 yards. Out here, the line for the Red Tornadoes, 75, John Elson center. The two guards will be 65, Ricky Harris, and 56, and 67, Jason Wojtovich. Tackles, 56, Gary Dunn, and 53, Casella. At the ends, you have split 21, Matt Montgomery. 35 in there now for the Red Tornadoes, which is Brian Detry. And I think I got everybody. Yep, I think. This one's a Mike Sinkovich up the middle. Still on his feet. Close to no. Third down and about 2.
Nice seal block by that large one at center there, pal. Keep my eye on him.
Lots of people coming in now. Damian Ziegler into the game. Wojtovich, we missed Mike Wojtovich, number 1 at quarterback. Third down and about 3 yards to go for the young Red Tornadoes. Steve Sinkovich off the right side, first down, Red Tornadoes. And this is the team that just every Monday night's been improving right here.
Oh, yeah.
52 into the Red Tornado lineup right now, which is Charlie Adams.
Tackled by Bailey Cohen.
71 also into the Red Tornado lineup, which is Mike Choppy.
It's somewhat interesting to remember here. You got Wojtovich in there, a freshman, the Sinkovich's freshman, Else freshman, Choppy's a sophomore.
That was Krzyzewski, the ball carrier from his fullback position, gained about 2 yards. Go ahead.
He's a junior. So you got a lot of young quality football players in here. And again, we say this game in and game out. This is why you build a program. Next year, they're all Letterman. They're going to get enough quarters in.
Yep.
They're all going to be Letterman. And again, you bring 20, 25 people back as a Letterman, and it bodes well for the following season.
Mike Sinkovich up the middle. And help. First down, Red Tornadoes.
They are fun to watch. They absolutely are.
7 seconds. This is going to be the end of the ball game. 5, 4. And that's the end of the ball game. Final score, Mount Carmel area 34, Hanover area Hawkeyes 6. And I guess we have to say a real good performance by the Red Tornadoes. A little sluggish, but it's hard not being a little sluggish in the early going with a Saturday afternoon game. Thoughts of North Schuylkill next week. But they came on, put the 34 points on the board, and now can go into North Schuylkill next week. A big game for the Big Red next week.
Yeah, I think a coaching standpoint, you look at last week's game and this week's game, and you're not as happy because you didn't play as good a team, and you certainly didn't play as well as you could have. I thought last week they played pretty well on all cylinders. Everybody was going. Now, again, there's several factors, as we said in the beginning. One, you're looking at an 0-5 team, which changes your philosophy, changes the way you play and the way you think. And secondly, you're looking at such a big game looming down the line. And I don't care what anybody says. Don't tell me nobody's thinking about this. Obviously, they're thinking about some of this stuff. So, like you said, 34 points. You can't be unhappy. Okay,
no.
You win 34-6. You go home another. You're 5-1 now, and you get into a big game next week against the Spartans. It's all you wanted. Nobody got hurt, which was an excellent factor in our favor. You're hoping nobody gets hurt in a game like this. A shame to lose the Hawkeyes off the schedule. They're a quality football program. They treated us very nice up here. It's a great little field to come and see. It could use lights, but besides that, we bid them farewell. I don't know when we'll see them again. We look forward to next week. I think we did all the things we needed to do as far as win and stay healthy and look at some people, which we got a chance to do, which is always good. And we'll see what happens next week.
Well, you're watching this on Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, don't miss the Supper Club down at Matucci's, a big one before the North Schuylkill game. So everybody try to get down and support the players that are there, the coaches that are there. They'll talk a little bit about what's going on and what's going to happen at the North Schuylkill game.
Absolutely.
That's about it from here at Hanover.
That'll do it.
We'll sorry you missed Penn State today, but we were happy to have you with us.
No problem.
And we'll all see you from North Schuylkill next week. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamar.
See you later.
Good night. Oh, no. Good afternoon.